This is part two. Welcome back, where I want to talk to you about the emotional stability or the role that we have to play as paramedics and EMTs that allows us to thrive in these high pressure environments. There is a saying, or a term, I must say, that I learned from my very dear friend, General George Casey, who is the former four-star general and chief of the United States Army, and a dear friend. He talks a lot about, in his senior leadership training programs, about VUCA, V-U-C-A, and it was a term that was created by the US Army many decades ago that was reflecting once the fall of the Soviet Union had happened. VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. That's our environment when we get dispatched to 911 EMS calls. Volatile in that it is rapidly dynamic. Things are changing on you within seconds, and it's happening quickly. Uncertain. We're walking into environments that we have not been exposed to before. We don't know what's going on inside of that house or that car or that factory or that aeroplane or wherever it is you're going. There is an enormous amount of uncertainty about what has happened. Why is this going on? Why is that person there and why is that over there? There's all of this great uncertainty and instability about the environment that we are working in. Complex. The thing that makes it complex is that there's so much information, so much dynamics that are occurring, so many distracting features that are in the environment, noise, light, movement, things that are happening. There can be dynamics that are coming at you that are emotion, that are upset, that are concern, fear, aggression, that is going. All of these things make to create this complex environment that we are working in. But not only do we need to work in it, we need to thrive in it. And the final piece of the VUCA puzzle is the ambiguity. And the ambiguity all comes about of trying to make sense of how does that bit fit to that, but that bit is contradicting what that person just said, and that doesn't make sense to me. All of this conflicting information that is going on, that again, the EMT and the paramedic need to, at a rapid rate, make sense of this and bring this VUCA, V-U-C-A, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment into some form of stable environment where we are controlling to some degree what is going on. And that is not an easy skill. So from the moment you get dispatched, this is just my view of the world and what I have done, not only in EMS, but as an incident commander of major incidents, I always approached it in the same way. And the first thing is, as soon as we get dispatched, then I just drop back a gear in terms of what's the information telling me, and keep everything calm. You can't afford to, I've got a job, and then get all hyper and get up and about, because that gets your thinking unsettled and can make you jumpy and gets you in a heightened rhythm. And then by the time you get there, you're as emotionally roller coastering as they are. I am personally, I'm not criticising people who do it, but I don't go for the putting the music on and cranking it up loud so you've got some big thumping music going on while you're going to a job. That does nothing than annoy me, because I want to be thinking through things. I'll be grabbing information out of my bag and maybe flicking through some things, looking at some drugs, looking at some protocols, just refreshing and checking on some things on the way. When you're travelling lights and sirens, that in itself is not a normal way that we travel. Maybe some people do. So you've got the sirens going, you've got the unpredictability of what the other traffic are going to do. That's unsettling enough. Then you're getting to a foreign environment where the emotions could be high, and I need to keep a lid on everything. And so I don't run, I don't raise my voice, and I'm very deliberate in how I approach things, or I try to be deliberate. That way, I sort of, on the emotional meter, if you like, I tend to just stay at the one level. And even if the patient is critically unwell and we need to move quickly, there's no need to shout, scream, jump, run, or whatever, because as soon as you try to do things quickly or run around, and you got the shakes and you're either trying to draw up drugs or whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you're not going to be able to do it as effectively as if you keep a lid on everything. So I just try to go at exactly the same tempo and at the same level the whole time. If I feel that at some point, due to the fact something might have happened at the scene that sort of startles you or catches you off guard, I just sort of disconnect. And it might be that I pull out my, because I always have a notebook. Hang on, I'll show you. Don't go away. So in the pocket of the leg pocket of my trousers, don't laugh at me, but I have my little notebook. And so I've got the codes and I've got other things on the back. But if I need to disconnect because things are going a bit crazy, then I'll pull this out and just start to take notes. Name of the patient, date of birth, what's going on, and focus on this. I'll still keep an eye on what's happening over there, but the process of doing that, Craig's little book, will get me back in the zone, lower the emotional meter that you're running on, and get you focused. And then it's the old thing of regroup, reassess, redeploy. So regroup, come back. So this would be my regrouping to come back to this. And you're not shutting off, you're not ignoring people or abandoning anybody, but it's regroup, reassess, what have I got, what am I doing, blah, 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 and then redeploy back in to do what you need to do. And even if you've got a critical patient and you need to get moving and you need to get this person to hospital, and there could be and often is life-saving interventions that if we don't do it now, this person is going to continue on that trajectory that we don't want them to go on, then again, just move swiftly and get things done at the same tempo. And I can assure you, what's the saying? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I think that might be it. But essentially, what it's saying is just maintain your tempo and don't get caught up and don't get out of control. Because once you go over the edge on that roller coaster and you get caught up and it gets away from you, it is nigh on impossible to get back. And that's not a place where you want to be. And this is a skill of emotional detachment and managing yourself that, like anything else, we have to practice in order to master it and get it to a point where it sort of becomes, which for me, I would say, as a result of previous time in EMS, all of the years I spent in emergency management and as an incident commander, it is second nature to me now. It would take something major to, and I hope I'm not jinxing myself here, it would take something major to get me off, balance at a job, no matter what was going on, because I do have the ability to detach emotionally from what's happening and look at it analytically through that lens about what's happening, and being very specific about what are the things that are happening, what are the things I need to do, and when do I need to do them. And I think when you practice that over and over and over, it's like a habit. The more you do something, the more it becomes part of that muscle memory, as they talk about that we do. Folks, that's all for now. It has been great to see you again. Please like, please subscribe, and please share, and please comment if you would like to. Would love to hear your ideas. If there's anything you would like me to talk about in one of these videos, please let me know. And if you have a look on the YouTube channel, there's an email address there as well. You can email me. It is mediconthemove911@gmail.com if you want to send me an email. Would love to hear from you. So that's it. Independent paramedic from Tuesday, about to run solo, and I will keep you up to date, of course, with how it's all going. So in the meantime, keep smiling, take care, and bye for now.